Hello and welcome to The Big Fight. Over the past few months, we have seen that brutal incident of gang rape in Delhi, leading to considerable debate and discussion on a variety of issues. Women's rights, what should be done on the question of rape, what should be done to make our cities safe. And then there's been another question as well, which we are today going to spend a lot of time discussing, and that is the entire question of juvenile justice. At what age is somebody old enough to be punished if the person has committed a crime? Should it be 18 as it is right now? Should there be exceptional cases? Or if that happens, can it certainly not be applied retrospectively? What should actually happen in the case of juvenile justice? That's what we are going to be spending some time taking a close look at, and with a panel of some of the top experts really in this field. I'm going to start out by welcoming from Mumbai Justice Mukul Mudgal, who's a former judge of the Delhi High Court and former Chief Justice of the Punjab and Haryana High Court. Sir, it's a great pleasure, Justice Mudgal, to have you with us. Thank you so much for joining us. Right here in the studio, I'd like to welcome Tejinder Luthra, Additional Commissioner of Police for Delhi, who's had to deal with many of these issues. Atiya Bose, Director Angan, has done a lot of work with children's rights in many areas and has done a lot of work in this particular area as well. Great to have you with us. Dola Mahapatra, National Director, Child Fund India. Great to have you with us. Satyak Verma, lawyer and columnist. Dr. Sameer Malhotra, head psychiatrist and psychotherapist at Max Hospital. Great to have you with us as well. And just in a short while from now, we are also going to be joined by Kamal Kumar Pandey, who's an advocate in the Supreme Court, who has just filed a PIL, which is coming up for hearing, essentially talking about changing the law when it comes to juvenile justice. And Justice Mukul, why don't I start with you? We've been trying to understand what exactly the present law is and what it exactly says. Would it roughly be correct to say that if somebody is even 17 years and 300 days, yes, the person cannot be then punished as an adult, no matter what the crime is?
No, that's absolutely correct. And there is a great deal of thought which has gone behind this provision. And I know what I'm saying is against the popular sentiment, but please remember Justice Verma's committee did apply their mind to it and heard the women's organizations and then decided to leave the date untouched. Remember one more thing, this has been occasioned by the Delhi rape case, and I'm sorry, while the facts are horrendous, the juvenile accused already stands convicted in the eye of public. We are debating the sentence when he has not even been pronounced guilty. There is a police version that his role was the most horrific one, but we can't go by the police role. It has to, a police case, it has to be accepted by the court. So I think there's nothing wrong in what the current age is. Yes, even if it is 17 years and 364 days. And the other thing I'd like to tell you is this insistence upon ossification test is not correct, because if there is a school certificate which cannot be doubted, that will be determine the correct age, and not the ossification test, which is only a approximate test given an error of 1 to 2 years.
Tejinder Luthra, if I understand that correctly, does it mean that if I am 17 years and 360 days, does it mean that I virtually have a free license to carry out any act? Because if I am convicted of it, I can only be punished for a certain period of time?
Yes, you are absolutely right. There are reports in the various sections of media, and the reports are about alleged brutality, not the brutality. Under the present Juvenile Justice Act, if you are 17 years and 364 days old, you go scot-free from the normal course of the law. And there is a special provision for you. You get at the most 3 years. I want to raise a question here, that what is that decides whether 16 is the right age, or 18 is the right age, or 15 is the right age? To my mind, there are 3 things which can decide. Number one must be able to understand the physical act that he is doing. Number 2, one must be able to understand the consequences of the physical act that he is doing. And number 3, very importantly, he must be aware of the alternatives of the act that he is doing. And I believe very firmly that at the age of 16, one is able to understand his physical act, its consequences, and also the other alternatives available to him. And this was the case in our country till 2001, until when the age of juvenile was 16, which was unfortunately amended and raised to 18.